Hello and welcome to this video on how to set up a product on My Music Resource. If you aren't familiar with the site, please do check it out at mymusicresource.com. My Music Resource is a one-stop shop where music teachers can source or share high-quality resources for their instrumental lessons. We launched in October 2020 and there's already hundreds of different resources on the site from many different creators. All our resources are in PDF format and downloadable therefore, and they come with a studio license. This video is for those of you who'd like to load your own resources onto the site to either sell or share for free. It's a step-by-step guide as to how to do this, and the first step you need to take is to register as a creator. You can do this on the website. Go to mymusicresource.com and click on the Become a Creator tab. Just watch this short video, which gives 3 easy steps to setting up as a creator. Then scroll down to the bottom of the page. There's 2 blue buttons. Just click on the appropriate one for you. Complete the forms and download your welcome pack. There's lots of useful documents on the website under Help. And I'm just going to show you quickly 4 key documents that will help you set up as a creator and load your first product. You've got documents, a guide to setting up as a creator under policies and guidelines, the welcome pack, guide to setting up a product under policies and guidelines as well, and the front sheet. So what is the front sheet? The front sheet needs to be added to your resource files before you load them onto mymusicresource.com. And it's important because it protects your work by stating your copyright ownership. It protects your work from being freely distributed, and it gives details at the bottom of the studio license terms. And that's what customers sign up to when they purchase or download a resource from the site. It also reminds customers where they purchased the resource and who created it, so it might result in more purchases if they like your resource. In order to get a copy of the front sheet, go back to the website, click on the Help tab. Go to Selling and Sharing Resources and scroll down until you get to where can I download a copy of the front sheet. And then it says you can do this by clicking here. So click here. Okay, it will say we can't preview this type of file in your web browser. You just need to click on the download button. You should then be able to open up the file and it will look something like this. Enable editing, enter a resource description. In my case, I'm going to put note reading cards, enter your name, and enter any copyright details. Save the file both as a Word template and as a PDF because you'll need the PDF in the next step. So what we need to do now is we need to add your front sheet to your resource file. If you don't already have software to do this, then a great free service is smallpdf.com, and I'm going to use that now. You can see here that I've gone to smallpdf.com. I'm going to, the front page that you go to should look something like this. And you need to click on Merge PDF. Then you need to choose the 2 files, both the front sheet and your resource file, to merge together. So click on Choose Files. Find your front sheet. There we are. Now I need to add my resource file. So I click on Add More, choose File, and I select my PDF. Once that's done, click Merge PDF. And if you scroll down, you'll see my front sheet has been added to my resource. You then need to save your resource. So download it. And now you can save that on your computer, ready to load. Okay, so your resource is now ready. So let's take a look at how we can load it onto My Music Resource. So go back to mymusicresource.com. Now, once you've set up as a creator, you can log into your store by going to My Account, type in your username or email address and your password and select Login. And now you'll see you've got a Creator Dashboard button. So when you click on that, it will take you into your store. And this is where you can load your products. So we're going to go down the left-hand menu to Products, Add New. And this takes you to a screen where you can add your product and all the product details. So first thing, add new product. I'm going to give it a title, Note Reading Cards. Below this, I can add a description. Now, in My Music Resource, when you set up a product, there are two types of descriptions. There's a long description, which you add here, and there's also a product short description, which you add at the bottom. If you want to know what the difference is between them, the long description gives a detailed description of your resource to potential customers. It appears underneath the product images on the website. You can add more here, so learning objectives, music concepts that you're covering with your resource, age range and level, key features, number of pages, links to any videos or your website. Your short description appears next to the resource. It's the first thing the customer will see, so it needs to be quite snappy and concise. So you don't want to add too much information here, but maybe the main learning objectives, musical concepts covered, the age range and level that your resource is aimed at, and a briefer description of how it works. Now, for my note reading cards, just going to copy in a description that I wrote earlier. So this is what I'm going to say in the long description. And then if I go down and copy that into the short description, but I'm just going to make it a bit shorter. Okay. So there we have our title, long description, and short description. The next thing we're going to look at on the right-hand side of the page is product categories and product tags. Product categories have been defined by My Music Resource. You can't change them, they're already set up, and they're mainly the instrument that your resource is designed for, but there are more general categories like music history, composition, and music theory. These help customers search for resources. The product tags they reflect specific musical concepts. So it might be things like note reading, dynamics, rhythm, and they're designed to help customers refine their search. Product tags, some of them have been predefined by My Music Resource, but you can add your own. So when we go to the screen, back to our product setup screen, for my resource, I'm going to say it's mainly for piano and also multi-instrument. That's my product category selected. And for my product tags, I just type in, this is a note reading resource. Let's say line and space notes as well. Okay, and then add. So those two tags have now been added. Okay, moving on to the image. The main product image that appears on the site needs to be added under product image. Select that and then go to upload files, select files, and then find a picture that you want to include as the main image for your resource. And then click on set product image, and that will now appear as your product image. If I want to add some more images, I've already uploaded them. I'm just going to add a few here so people get an idea what's in my resource before they decide to download it. And there we are. Now, importantly, I'm going to talk about watermarks now. So when you add images to My Music resource, a My Music resource preview only watermark is automatically applied to the images. Again, this is really important because it reduces the chance of the images being used or copied without your permission. And the watermark is quite transparent, so customers can see it, but it doesn't impact the view of your images. Going back to the product setup page, and now coming onto the product data box. This is important because it's the place where you include your file and things like your selling price. So make sure that product data is set as a simple product. Click virtual because this is an intangible product and it doesn't require shipping. And click downloadable. Now, did you see when I clicked downloadable, I got an extra menu option here? That's where I can add my PDF file. So you set your selling price. I'm going to say £3. There is a guide to setting selling prices on the website. So if you're unsure as what to set, then please refer to that under the help documents. Remember that these come with a studio license and can be used with all students that are taught by their teacher downloading the resource. So make sure that your price reflects this as well. You can add a sale price if you want to. You just type in the sale price and then you can schedule a sale period. Moving down, we now have a box called downloadable files. This is the front sheet and the resource file that I just created and that I need to add. So click add file, choose file, and then upload it. I've already uploaded it, so I am just going to click on what I've uploaded and insert file URL. Okay, there you can see the file. Moving on to download limit. So this is the number of times that a customer can open and download the file. So we recommend setting that at 3, but keeping the download expiry blank. So it means that they can open it whenever they want to. There's no expiry limit. Okay, and finally, moving on to product attributes. Just before I move on to that, you don't need to include anything in inventory, linked products, or product batch. Just under general and attributes, they're the only sections you need to complete. Okay, let's talk a little bit about attributes. So attributes are an important way of helping customers to search for resources. We have defined the product attributes and they are all music specific. They feed into the search drop-down lists on the shop page, the resources page of the website. So this is the drop-down list. Okay, they have been predefined. It is important that you fill attributes in because if you don't, then when a customer uses these drop-down lists, your product may not appear if you haven't chosen attributes specific to your resource. How do we add attributes to the product? Well, we go back to the product data box here, click on the attributes tab on the left-hand side, and then go to this box, custom product attributes. You can see here all of the attribute categories. Let's start with age. Okay, when I add that, then I get a box here and I can select the ages from the drop-down list. So I'm going to say all ages. Move on to the next one, level. Okay, these cards are probably from beginners to, say, grade 2 elementary level. So I'm going to put those in. Resource type. Okay, so these are cards and flashcards. Seasonal. Now this attribute is useful if you have seasonal products, so things, maybe compositions for Christmas or games for Halloween or summer resources. Now in this case, it's non-seasonal. And finally, the teaching focus. So I'll go down. So the teaching focus here, I'm going to say note reading and sight reading. Now make sure you save your attributes. And now we've completed everything that we need to for our product. Go up to the top, and in the top right-hand corner, make sure that you save the draft, and make sure that you do that regularly whilst you're setting up the product so you don't lose your work. Once you've saved the draft, you can then preview how your product is going to look on My Music Resource. Just click on the little preview button. And here we go. So here's your title of the resource, the price, your short description, your categories and tags, who you are as a creator, the main image, the additional images that have been watermarked. Below is your long description. And if I click on the additional information tab here, it gives me everything that I've set up as an attribute. So your product is now ready to be sent for publishing. All you need to do is go back to edit product, submit for review when you're finally happy with everything and you've checked it, submit it for review. We will check it through for you and we'll get back to you if there's any questions, anything missing or anything that needs to be amended. And once it's all done, then we will publish it on the site. So thank you very much for listening to this video and for watching. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm Ruth Alberici at hello@mymusicresource.com, and I will be more than happy to help you. Thank you again.